La, 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 la.
Your hair is like in my arm.
Yeah,
Guys. Oh my gosh, it's been a few days since we've been live.
I know. Look at our hair; it's crazy. We're like
today was the first time that I
we're
washed
wild.
my hair, and
we don't even remember how long. Since Sedona,
a while.
Since we've talked to you guys last.
Yeah, since we've talked to you guys last, we have definitely gone in several waterfalls.
We
slept in a tent several times. It's been quite the adventure, but
it's wild. We're wild.
We literally, I don't know if you guys have seen that movie Wild and read the book from, what was her name?
Cheryl Strayed.
Cheryl Strayed. But that's how I feel right now. I am on my heroine's journey. I am just being taken out in the wild by Mia. She's teaching me all about earth magic. Clearly, I feel like I'm in a Nicholas Sparks movie right now. But hi, you guys.
What's up?
Come tell me who you are, where you're coming from. Want to say hello. But we just want to check. Hi, Jennifer. How are you? But talk to me a little bit about earth magic.
Okay, so earth magic. We're going to make a video about this, like a more full overarching video. But the basics of earth magic is that we are made up of the same 4 elements or 5 elements. If you like go a little higher into the spiritual side, we're made up of the same 4 elements of matter and physical existence as the planet. So, and our universe. So we have our earth, which is our body. We have the water, which is our blood. We have the wind and the air, which is our breath. And we have fire, which is like the kind of the electricity, right? Like, you know that our hearts and our brains are both electromagnetic. So that's like that fire. It's also like our vision, right? That's light. So when you think about the fire in our experience, it's our digestive process. It's the fact that, there's white butterflies out.
No.
It's our digestive processes. It's our heart pumping our blood. And it's also like that drive, that motivation, our ambition, and our willpower. So to use earth magic, and I'd love to like have you guys ask some questions, like, what are the things that you're going through right now? And then we can specifically suggest like aspects of earth magic, whether you're into doing rituals. I know, Lynette has been open about, she's been open about her Christianity and her faith on this channel. And actually, and I'm going to make a video about this too, the Catholic and Christian Church has been doing like witchcraft rituals forever. That's what the holy water is. That's where it came from, was like ancient pagan traditions. That's what the incense is. That's what all of the motions are. It's all rituals of the ancient craft of the wise. So just so you guys know. So would love to. Cool. There's people from Philly. And the magicians. Harmony knows. Cool.
Puerto Rico.
Yeah, bless. Send some magic there. Yeah, man, like that's such a big
I went
thing.
There last year to help after the hurricane.
Yeah.
Was that 2 years ago? It's been a little while. But
sending the magic to Puerto Rico.
Yes. So if you guys have any specific questions, but we're going to give you also just like little updates along the way as we go. Look at Cash is in all of his glory. He's so happy.
He's crushing it.
We're currently in Colorado, near Montrose area.
Peonia.
That's. See, I'm getting lost. We've been like on the trek, the trail.
Yeah. The last time we talked to you guys, we were in Arizona, and since then we've been to Utah and New Mexico just for a quick stopover. We did not make the right choice in New Mexico, but and then we made it into Colorado finally, which has been great.
Well, it's all in how you look at it, perspective. Because what happened was that we were just on another Facebook page doing a live talking about this whole thing, but we can reiterate. We are talking about following our intuition on this, following little guides. I just did a post on Instagram talking about that. We've been following angel numbers, our animal spirit totems. We've been following just our gut, our intuition, that still small voice. And it's led us down many different twists and turns and precarious edges of the unknown. We're truly
and literal edges of cliffs and things.
Yes, for sure. But one of the times that we actually, you can share, but you were feeling like we definitely should turn left, but we ended up turning right. We had this whole blowout that we can talk a little bit about.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, you guys. So one of the last videos I did was talking all about this divorce that I'm going through. It's been a hectic time.
Yeah.
I mean, let's get real. Yeah. There's been a lot of different emotions that have been coming up, and there's nothing like a road trip to kind of really, I'm alone with the road too, to think about as we're driving, and then obviously just being out here in the, speaking of earth magic, just in nature, and there is nothing quite like being out in the wild to really, really bring it to the surface.
Yeah.
So I'll be honest. I was in that video talking to you guys about how there's a lot of stuff that I kind of do this.
Yeah.
I just kind of push down, push down, push down. And I want to get out of that pattern, and I want to learn to communicate better with my words, because we had a little blowout. We had a little blowout.
You had a blowout. I didn't have a blowout.
Well,
my blowouts are just all by myself in my own mind, and I'm like, ah!
Well,
yeah. I don't blow up at you.
No, not at me. You said it wasn't directed at me, but you're right, because I blew up. And
I blow up at myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so I totally blew up at her because of some stuff that was like, it was silly, but like stuff that was like pushing down because of how, it's like being talked to a certain way, and we just met.
Yeah.
So we're learning each other's like vibration and how we do things and personality types,
idiosyncrasies.
And there's nothing like a road trip because we're in a car. We're in her cute little SUV Audi, which is like space, but it's definitely a cozy
space with all our gear and a dog.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
it's a really comfortable car when you don't have 4 weeks full of gear and a cooler and a dog and like sleeping bags and tents
and generators and stuff. All that to say, we ended up turning right, had a blowout. We're able to get through it within, I think you said 7 minutes.
Yeah.
It was like, I was like,
really
what do you want me to do? And I like lost it at her, and she was like in the car in the window. Anyway, we'll talk more about that in a different video. But what that led us to do was actually stop the car, and then we went back.
Yeah.
And we went back to the left, which is what she had originally thought we should do. And we were able to rescue these people that had already had their spare on. And so they popped 2 tires.
Yeah.
And the spare was out. So they were totally stranded, literally in the middle of nowhere, Utah, up in the mountains. So we were able to save them, which then led us to saving another family whose our rental RV broke down.
Yeah.
They paid us $500 to like drive them an hour outside the way, which technically was 2. So we were backtracking.
It was out of the way, but they gave us $500. So it was like, okay, fine, I guess.
Yeah, it's been a wild ride, and this is just like literally scratching the surface. But I see that some of you guys are saying some
Justine
stuff.
is saying some really, really serious stuff, and I think that it would be really important to address that.
So she is saying, my mother is supporting my brother's terrible drug habit. Oh, that's so tough.
She's harming herself, yet she attacks me and my man who got her a safe home to live in. She's nasty and hurtful. I miss my mom. And then how can we break through to her that she's killing herself and my brother and abusing me, her daughter, who cares about them both?
Well, first of all, bless all of you guys.
Yeah.
And thank you for matching our vulnerability and sharing part of your own.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Yeah.
So thank you for feeling and trusting us enough
to
hold that space. I've actually had to walk through this specific type of thing with it wasn't a family member. Well, I mean, but yes, that too. But work closely with 2 roommates, and unfortunately we lost both of them. But what I had to do was really make some decisions. But I think if you can just continue, what I did was just continue to remain consistently in the light. So you hold all of your power, obviously. You are one of the strong ones that are able to see the objective. She's obviously the enabler, and I understand how hard that is because she loves your brother. She birthed him. That's her blood and flesh and tears, that she has poured into him. So it's so devastating to see someone's light dim like that, especially from drugs, because I've watched it happen, and it's devastating.
Yeah.
But I think that one thing I wish I would have done different, and I have a music video for you that we actually put out because of this called Don't Give Up. One thing that I wish I would have done differently is really, really tried to understand and come from a place of understanding with some of my friends. Instead, I kind of just like hit the road and was like, this is too much. And I remained consistently in the light, but I didn't kind of match them and ask and listen with the intent of understanding. So obviously that's a very wounded person that's seeking to self-medicate in that way. So there's so many different resources these days. But if you can just show and write letters of just support and just be that support system, I think that's what everyone that's battling addiction really needs, is to feel support, even though they're in the darkness. Something simple like, I will walk with you, brother. Something like that, one comment could shift an entire thing to where he's like, wait, what do you mean? I thought you wanted to be the other way. This is obviously a very
it's a sensitive subject. Yeah.
But what I know in my own experience is that I wish I would have just come from a place of compassion and just tried to like understand more and use more resources that are available to us in this day and age, which is such a beautiful thing. There's so many different things. But as far as your mom, I mean, same with her. I will walk with you. What do you need? What can we do to support? You guys have obviously already done a lot of that.
Yeah.
But I think writing her a letter, just like you said, I miss my mom.
Yeah.
You know,
I think that, do you mind if I interject?
No, please.
So, Justine, I've worked with I'm a life coach. I've worked with a lot of people through issues like this. And what I would say for you is like, what I'm perceiving, what I'm reading from your message is that in your being, it feels like your mom is doing something wrong, right? So where are you, right? If you can take this into yourself and instead of making it external, where do you enable in your life? Who do you enable? So right now, maybe if your mom is doing this thing, maybe you're enabling her, and so you're judging yourself because she's not showing up for you, but that's just a reflection of the judgment that you have for her continuing to support your brother, right? So it's all like that's a very like powerful reflection. But what I would say for you is that instead of like breaking through to her, how can you sort of break her open? How can you get to the like Lynette said, this is her flesh and blood. This is something that she created. So what's the story that she's telling herself, right? Because she's his mom. So she's probably thinking that she did something wrong, that she was bad, or that she fucked up. And that's why this is happening. That's what a lot of parents who have children who have problems with drugs feel, right? So she's probably just feeling super guilty and she's trying so hard to make up for it because she doesn't know what she can do. Like now it's too late, right? He's already dealing with drugs. And so what you've done, it says that she attacks you and your man who got her a safe home to live in. So what I would do for you is how do you want her to show up? How do you want her to be? You say you don't want her to attack you, so I assume that would mean you want her to be really loving. How can you show up, compassion to her, and just be like, Mom, I know. I literally can't imagine what this is like for you to watch him. And I just want you to know that that's how it feels for me watching you. I love you so much, and I'm watching you get hurt over and over and over by this thing that's happening to him, and I'm trying to help. I'm doing my best. I wanted to get you a home so that you could be safe. Like I'm doing everything I can. Is there something else that would help you more or help you better? And you have to make sure that you're minding your boundaries because you don't want to go over and then hurt yourself and then continue to perpetuate the cycle, right? But you said, how can we break through to her that she's killing herself and my brother? She's not killing your brother. Your brother is killing himself. That's his choice. That's his journey. But also, like, what are you learning from this? If you can start to see and find the silver lining, like if you can see like, okay, wow, I'm seeing where, I give too much and now I'm feeling resentful. So how can I like pull back? And maybe it's going to take a really strong boundary. Mm-hmm. Like Lynette said, sometimes it can be one thing that you say to someone, and sometimes that can be something that's supportive, and sometimes that can be something that is firm and strong. And maybe it's like, Mom, I got you a home and I love you, but I will not support this if you continue enabling him to be in this situation. And that's stern. Like that, we don't want to do that to our moms who brought us into the world and gave us life. But what if you honoring yourself in a way that she's not able to do it right now? She keeps giving, right? And like leaking her energy with your brother. If you show her and provide an example and you role model what it looks like to care for yourself, maybe that will be the thing that will shift for her. And she'll be like, wow, I can't keep doing this or I'm going to lose my house.
Yep. And I recommend too, a support group called Al-Anon that has meetings all over the world. So I actually started going in Joshua Tree. So this is me just being super transparent because now that I'm seeing it through a different lens too, I'm like, I'm choosing self-care, not selfishness. Yeah. I'm doing the most selfless thing I can do by stepping away from the situation because I was enabling as well. And anyway, all that to say, Al-Anon, Alanon. No, Alanon. Right? Alanon. Just look it up. That's a support group for exactly this topic. So I definitely recommend it. But we've got a couple more.
Cute! Candace says, hey, Lynette, I saw a live stream you did several months ago, and I don't know if you knew it yet, but I could tell you were heading down a new spiritual path, but you're also talking about church, so I was confused. We're going to make a video about that, too. We're going to start talking about that. The girl is escaping the church.
Well, and I've what's funny is it's not even, okay, I will say this. Oh, there's Alan. Yeah, good. I'm so glad. Okay. I want to say, I feel you. It's not that I have, okay. The church is not 4 walls, so let's be clear on what the church is.
Yeah.
So the church is not brick and mortar 4 walls.
Right.
The church is this, because it's where two or more agree there the divine is. So that's what I have a problem with. What I have a problem with is when people think that the church is tithe and, yes, dogma and religiosity. That's what I have a problem with. Yeah. And I had transcended exclusivity, and it says
not
come as
actually,
you are,
exactly.
but they don't really mean that, and then it's very transactional. And I mean, I'll put it to you this way. Corey and I were very involved in a church. And I'm sure people will see this. And I have not gotten one message or one call during this divorce from anyone at the church. That I have a problem with. Yeah. Because I'm like, wow, so you guys are offering creative director positions of the church, and yet you don't even reach out when we're going. I don't know if they've reached out to him, but I haven't gotten one thing because I have crystals in my house and they're saying that I'm practicing witchcraft. Hilarious. And I'm like, you guys don't even know what you're talking about. Ask questions.
But witchcraft, right? To craft is to be able to create and to make and to build something. And witch means wise. She's just building her wisdom. So yes, we're practicing building wisdom. That's what witchcraft is. Bless all of that. Yes. Okay, I think that this would be interesting for both of us because, we've got the coaching and you're going through this. So Willow says, after a 10-year narcissistic relationship, I left. But now I'm back in one again for 8 years with kids together. I met someone 3 years ago. I know he is the one, but I still live in this lie. I want to break this relationship, but it's too hard. I found you, Lynette, a few weeks ago, and we're going through similar stuff, but I can't find the strength to leave even after I met this other amazing man.
Whew, yeah, that's a tough one because I can honestly say that I feel like God really protected me because I didn't have children involved. So I can't even begin to fathom because I don't have children. So I don't even want to pretend that I can. That makes things a little bit more complicated. But I have watched family members and friends. Yep. So I can't speak from experience. My mom did it. So I think that if your intuition is guiding you towards something, you're writing it right here in public that this is something that you're already feeling. What it takes, and I actually want to do videos about this, in fact, build an exit strategy. That's not an easy thing to do. It might require time. It's not a instant gratification thing. But that's what I started doing literally. I should have done it a lot sooner, but I started in December and I started kind of just going, as you guys know, if you're in a really toxic environment, it's really hard to see like you're above water. I felt like I was drowning. Wow. So I was like, okay, so little by little I would go, okay, so I know like I was getting finances in order. If you can like start saving a little stuff, I mean, lean into support. I mean, there are so many people that I'm sure are in your frequency that would be glad to help if you need someone to watch your kids while you're like, figuring things out. Again, I hate to even speak to it because I don't know. I don't know. But what I am saying is building an exit strategy. Just let that sit in your spirit for a little bit and let your angels and guides help you. You don't have to do this alone. I know that sometimes it feels like you're on your own, but reach out, speak with God. Speak with your angels, allow them to help you, and then look for the signs. And there is so much more support, and I wish I would have honestly leaned into that much sooner because it was my ego, my own ego. I have to take radical responsibility for that. It wasn't anything other than my own pride. My own pride was going, oh, no, don't tell anybody. Make the veneer pretty on the outside. Everything's great. # relationship goals. And inside I was dying. So I am saying now, being on the outside of it and obviously still weathering through some stuff, and it's not going to get well.
And Willow, I'll just say, she said, it's so hard that he's a great dad. It's just us together.
Yeah.
Willow, the thing is, what do you want to role model for your children?
Yeah.
Do you want to show them staying and being in something that you've said is a lie, that like isn't good for you? If he's a great dad, he will continue to be a great dad outside of relationship with you. I just want you to, this is exactly what happened to me. My dad is a narcissistic, verbally abusive, hot-tempered. She's seen a little of that temper that I inherited from him. Hot-tempered, angry guy. And my mom left, and I had never even seen them fight. I didn't even know there was anything wrong. And one day my mom just packed up and she bounced. And I'm so grateful that she did. And I was mad for a little while because I didn't understand, because I had no idea that they were even not getting along. But now I'm 30 and I feel like I am so grateful that they left, because then I got to learn from them both individually so uniquely and so much more powerfully, because neither of them was hiding their stuff because they weren't going, they weren't getting along together. So I got to have my like deep relationships with nature and like cool outdoorsy stuff with my dad. And I got to do like, I really inherited my sense of adventure and like my interest in things. I mean, both my parents are similar in those ways, but I'm so grateful that I got to watch my mom stand for herself and then build exactly the life that she wanted after that. My mom is so happy. She's so involved in her community. She has amazing friends. She's 72 years old. Wow. And she just got back from this huge like walking trip all over Europe with her friend. Like, she is amazing. And if she had stayed and kept shrinking and kept hiding herself, I don't know who she would be. And she certainly wouldn't be the role model that she is for me today as a strong, independent, sovereign, adventurous, insanely intellectual, successful woman. So I just want you to know that, like, yeah, there's an acclimation period. There is going to be time where it will be challenging. But if your husband is a good father, that's never going to change. And if you want to be a good mother, then you've got to make the choice that is best for you and your happiness, because that will be the best choice for your children. Yep. Especially if you already know, like if you already know that there's another man waiting for you, what's he going to do to support you through this? Is he down? Is he like in for this? Well, then if he's the man for you, then he should absolutely be prepared to support you and your children in this transitional journey, right? And if he's not, that's okay. Bless him, right? Like, there's no judgment, but just so that you know how to take care of yourself and what support you deserve moving forward out of the kind of relationship that you've been in and into the new one and the next one, and what's really like the best for you.
Yep. Well said. I love it.
Yeah.
And I do want to just tie in there. I mean, maybe there could be also, just because I just always want to say this, just because I do believe in marriage, and I feel like, so you in here know if this is something, because there is kids involved. I mean, I will say, if it would have been a different situation in my case, that like I really would have probably considered different. So you just never know. Be open to all possibilities at all times. That's all I'm going to say.
Yep.
So leave it there. Again, really, she says, namaste, guys. So much. Thank you. God bless. Yes, we're here for you. We stand with you. Feel free to also reach out to us on Instagram. Yeah. I'm really active over there. Yeah. I have some messages to catch up on.
I know.
But
yeah, that's where we are, and
we're on there a lot more often. Yeah. But yeah. So just want to wrap this up. We've already been on here for 23 minutes.
Perfect.
But this road trip has been so fulfilling. It's lit me up in a way that I really look forward. We're in the middle of editing some stuff. We've been on the go. Yeah. But you guys, we've got some really fun tricks up our sleeves. It's going to be great. Yeah. And we're working on, really trying to do like a world tour.
Not trying. We're going to do a world tour.
There we go. Yeah. Good. Yeah. We're working on a world tour. It's going to be great. And so thank you guys for following along the journey. Both of us have gotten many messages from you guys along the way. And can't wait to hear from you guys. If you guys have any recommendations for Colorado.
Yeah, we're in Colorado for another like week or 10 days.
Yes. So please send us recommendations on Instagram for places in Boulder, in and around that area.
Oh my God, that sign in the Denver County Fair. I think we should go to that.
Ooh, yeah. Okay, Denver County Fair. That sounds fun.
Yo, that tattooed lady with the fruit basket. I'm like, that looks cool. We're going to that. Anyways, okay.
I love you guys.
Yeah, thanks for joining.
We're sending you only the purest love and light, and we will check in again soon. And again, make sure follow us on Instagram at Mia Magic
with a K, not a C.
It's in the description box. And then you guys know at Lynette Snay. So we will see you guys over there. Follow along the journey, and we'll see you soon.
Bye.
Love, love, love. See ya.